वीडियो के माध्यम से मैं अपनी बात रखने से पहले मैं वहाँ हमारे साथ यहाँ उपस्थित श्री राजीव गांधी जी, वरिष्ठ कार्यकारी निदेशक उत्पादन मारुति सुजुकी इंडिया, श्री दिनेश अग्रवाल, संयुक्त प्रबंध निदेशक पैनासोनिक लाइफ सॉल्यूशंस इंडिया, डियोगोग्राफी अध्यक्ष और प्रबंध निदेशक पियाजियो वाहन, अशोक रामचंद्रन सीईओ और अध्यक्ष सिंडलर, जगदीश चंद्र लड्डा प्रबंध निदेशक सेंचुरी टेक्सटाइल्स एंड इंडस्ट्रीज तथा इस दिशा में काफ़ी अहम भूमिका निभाने वाले अभिजीत सिन्हा जी तथा टाइम्स ऑफ इंडिया ग्रुप से जुड़े अनेक सम्मानित लोग, इन सब के प्रति आदर व्यक्त करते हुए मैं आप सबको ये शेयर करने में मुझे बेहद खुशी है कि हमारे आदरणीय प्रधानमंत्री माननीय मोदी जी ने जिस तरह से 2014 से ही जिम्मेवारियां संभालने के बाद मोदी पार्ट 1 में और मोदी पार्ट 2 में आत्मनिर्भर भारत के कंसेप्ट को एक विजनरी अप्रोच के साथ और एक पूरे देश की जो युवा आबादी है उसको इन्वॉल्व करके भारत के जो 62% से एवं जो यूथ हैं वो एक उनके मैन पावर का प्रॉपर यूटिलाइजेशन करके कैसे भारत आत्मनिर्भर बने और उसके लिए मेक इंडिया के कंसेप्ट को देकर के जो उन्होंने दिशा दी है, आज भारत बहुत तेज़ी से और भिन्न भिन्न क्षेत्रों में यहाँ जो प्रेजेंट लोग हैं वो भी उसमें सहभागी हैं, अनेक स्टार्टअप उसमें सहभागी हो रहे हैं और आज इन सब के चलते भारत इस देश में एफडीआई को आकर्षित करने में भी बड़ा सफल हुआ है।
Government have been doing a lot of things. It would not be possible to comprise all of them in few minutes, but definitely those areas where we have been working is to primarily make a emerging technology landing smooth in India. When it comes to adopting a technology on mass level, it requires a lot of components, which includes standardization, which includes a ready-made policy, which most of the cases, most of the times not possible, not readily available there. So how do we make those policies for manufacturing? Because manufacturing technology are those decisions who are not decided on 1 or 2 year basis. They are decided on 10 year, 15 years ahead. So how do we create those policies? Where only two ways. One, a policy gets inspired from another policy. Maybe some other country which is ahead of us, China, Finland, Sweden, Denmark, any country which is working good in mobility, we can get inspired. And the other way is create your own prototype, do your own pilots, do your own technical trials, and then reach to reality. So bringing Indian realities of behavioral, financial, user behaviorals also, and the kind of weather which we are facing too, these all components sometimes get missed out if we do and control copy paste. Sometimes even if we try to modify in a principle manner that okay, India may behave like this, still we run out of practical approach. So what we have tried to do in more than 18 technologies, doing small pilots of technologies which are adoptable, which are existing, but not at mass scale. Why they are not at mass scale? There might be n number of reasons. There might be faulty procurement process. We try to procure things, everything from L1, L2 manner, where a lot of technology may be slightly expensive in the beginning, but when they are adopted on mass level, they are very, very potential to transform that entire sector into a different level. So be it IoT, be it machine learning, 3D printing, robotics, electric mobility, all of them, they were very promising, and I think majority of them where we have done pilots and the ease of doing business, they brought very dynamic changes. So if you look at the government perspective, government is working on the agenda and the pattern of reform, perform and transform. These technologies which we are doing, which we have discussed in, it is a very interesting session before me. These all technologies need to be brought in the consensus in the use to make the doing business easy. And they all have the similar, the technology is an expense, then it has a revenue. So their purpose is same, their utilization is same, the use case is something which is very, very important. When we say China is ahead of us, this is how you started. China has a vision of around 10 years and they jumped really high and far from us. What I see as a reason, I might be wrong, it's completely my personal view, that we also opened one of the charger in 2011. Our former Prime Minister, Sri Manmohan Singh ji, opened first charging station in 2011. The first allocation of 50 crore rupees was in the budget of 2012 for promoting national e-mobility. And the name of the program was National E-Mobility Mission 2020. So it is not like we never had intent or we did not had a foresight of next 10 years. But today we are into 2022. If I honestly tell you the utilization of one charger, which we managed to install over this 10 year of hard work, the utilization is not more than 3 to 5% if it is a public charger. If it is not captive in a control or in a contract, 3 to 5% utilization of an asset which require land, a connection, a surveillance and everything, it throws the capex break even to 40-45 years ahead. How do we call it an ease of doing business or a business where people would like to invest into it? That is the place where ease of doing business came into electric mobility. We had only 4 problems which we faced. When we say e-highway, this does not mean there will be charger, which you don't know, they don't know you. When we say e-highway means if you shut down on that e-highway with your electric vehicle, within 30 minutes we reach to you. You call us, you do not call us, it is not your headache. So the confidence which people did not had while buying electric vehicle is, what do I do if my vehicle shut down out of the city on the highway? So we create an ecosystem with Mapping India, UNL for doing the geofencing of entire highway. Also, telecommunication companies to provide towers and provide network. The vehicles which we use are bought from the OEM into a large contract, into a highway edition. They are engineered after buying with real-time experience, eSIM, and then supplementary SIM, physical, and then passive and active trackers. Also 2 cameras to look at the front beyond the dashboard, and 1 camera to look inside the cabin. So these installation help us giving a very insightful data coming from each vehicle when it crosses my charging station. When they cross charging station, a small data pack from the BMS is thrown over the barriers which we have on the highways. These data pack gives us a 3-second analytics. Only 3 seconds it takes to run that this vehicle which has just crossed my station is good to go for next 50 km or not. After next 50 km, we have another station. This checking without stopping the vehicle happened again. So if any time some data violation, some type of weird behavior from the battery or BMS or from the driving, it detected, the next station is alarmed that there is a Hyundai Kona or there is a MG ZSEV of our fleet operator has just crossed our station. Please prepare your roadside assistance and reach there. And I would like to quote the earlier speaker who was from Airtel, that actually there is a need of such technology where you wear body cams, because a very powerful and very enlightened engineer sitting at the back end. We cannot send all of them overnight. Within 6 months we cannot train all of them to prepare and repair an EV. So definitely the kind of body cams and the kind of engineering which we can with a live video feed can be sent to a center. This a semi-skilled manpower is equally skilled. So by the time you finish your call to your family that I have shut down here on Delhi Jaipur or Delhi Agra highway, your backup arrives there with a battery, with a charger connector. We have more than around 210 type of vehicle. If somebody as a user has to buy a vehicle, he would not know which station would have my swappable battery. And if I look at it as an investor, I do not know how to invest into it, because what and how long and wide range I will be able to keep at my swapping stations. So somewhere together on this broad line, if we have to decide a policy, in this we will have to zero down on a certain 10, 12 standards, which can be on mass level manufactured, and on the mass level it can be deployed also. This is a space where we were getting stuck, and I think nobody wished to take this load or blame on themselves that they in a way tried to curtail the innovation. startups will keep on doing. So how do we meet this? We try to figure out something in between, that there are certain level of safety from the regulatory point of view and from technical and from operational point of view, the administrative point of view. If these levels and these recommendations are met, particularly if you remember in the beginning, we were discussing about the fire incidences. Fire is not something in particularly two-wheeler and three-wheeler batteries which is beyond control. Definitely it is controllable, provided if we can reach to the battery which is behaving weird in time before it catches fire. And battery does not catch fire within fraction of second. It starts behaving weird because there is some reason with the cell balancing or some connection error or some venting or something. So entire battery cell or their technology or their data can reach to analytical server or a station where they can be analyzed by IoT or machine learning on AI server. This is possible, but do we have capability to create each battery of two-wheeler and three-wheeler on that pattern? No. So this is how we recommended around 12 recommendations to Niti Aayog yesterday only at Delhi, that if we meet these 12 recommendations, technical, administrative and users. So from users perspective, as also if I drink this water, I know what is there inside it, or a coke or anything material. But if I buy a battery, I do not know whether it is insured or not. What is going to happen if third party is injured by it? I do not know what kind of volatile behavior, it is certified or not, it is safe or not. So this range of transparency of information from that administrative point of view is not with user. And I think people are very smart to choose the right material. Entire industry cannot be regulated overnight. But if we make a certain standard to at least niche, if we cannot say, nobody wishes to say these are the best 12 models out of 120, but these are the safest, at least we can say, and then we can open it to people to choose their own battery. Thank you.